Hello, our today's video will be devoted to the introduction to coding. Before we were using the separate commands, and now we want to make the script, the code, which will be solving some particular problem which is given. But before solving any of the problems, we need to understand our general sequence of our actions, where to start and what to do. So first of all, what I would advise you that planning of the code is maybe the most important part, because better you plan what will be happening in your program, more chances that you will get the result which you want. So the first part, which we will discuss now, will be devoted to the question how to plan it. So suppose we have the problem that the user is giving input to variables x and y, and then we need to put our operation. We need to make variable a where it will be x minus y, and b where it will be y minus x. This is the problem which we have to solve. So now the question is, how do we plan the algorithm for this? So the first step, and very important step, is to plan what variables are you going to use. Matlab is quite an advanced language, and in opposite to many other languages, it does not require you to define the variables in advance, but nevertheless, it is the good tone and the good type of the coding when you, in the beginning of your code, in the head, describe what variables will be used. To do this, we can use the comment sign. This paragraph for this percentage is the sign of the comment. Everything what is after it is not executed. And we are eating x and y. It is input data. And we are adding the second one, A, for storage, x minus y, and B for storage, y minus x. It means that now anyone who will be looking at your code immediately before going into details already know which variable is for what. The second step is also good to draw the block scheme of this algorithm. Of course, this algorithm is very simple, and in principle, we can write it straightforward without making any scheme. But if the algorithm is quite complicated, it is much better if it is visualized. So for this, there are traditions to make the different blocks of the algorithm in different shapes, such that you directly know what is happening in this. So the first shape is the oval size. It is normally the shape which is used for input. So here we are writing x equals something and y equals something. So here the user is putting their data. Now after that, there is the rectangular block. Rectangular block, it is the block in which something happens. For example, here I am making x minus y and put it into the variable a. And then I have another block in which I am putting y minus x into b. So this sequence is named the algorithm, and in the code now I'm repeating it. So here was our commenting on the used variables. Here is the execution of the algorithm. So here we are putting first x equal, let us say, 12. Then here we are writing y equal to 3. This is our input block. And then we are writing a is equal x minus y. And b is equal y minus x. So this is done. And now if we will execute it, we will get these values. You can see here. Here is x is equal to 12, y is equal to 3, a is equal 9, b is equal minus 9. This was a very simple algorithm, and as you could see in our structure of the flow, all the comments were going one after another. However, it can be more complicated problem, and suppose my new problem will be slightly advanced. I have the same input x and y, but now the main task is that if one of the variable is that variable which is bigger than 5 variable bigger than 5, difficult to understand how to write it. If the variable, I will write it in words, if variable bigger than 5, put it into A. If less than 5, put it into B. So as you can see that this task, this problem, already requires not only sequence of action. It needs that in the sequence of action, the total flow of the program be split into two variants. So again, we have the input, same x and y, but then we need to make a choice. And depending on this choice, execute either one operation or another one. So let us see, for the choice, we have another shape. This shape is normally rhombus. It is the choice operator, and it is one of the so-called control flow operators. And here we are writing x less than or bigger than 5. So starting from here, our code splits into two flows. In the case of yes, x less than 5, we need to put it into b. So we are writing that b is equal to x. If no, it means that x actually bigger or equal to 5. We need to put a equal to x. And then the same structure we need to repeat with the variable y. Y is less than 5, and we have similar type of the choices. In the software, in MATLAB, to make this operation, we are using the command if. Now, please have a look. The total if, this if, has its own small, I would say, block. Similar in the code. It is the place where if begins to act, and it is the place where it ends. So because of this, in the command if, we have first here the beginning condition, and we have the end. So the beginning and the end of this execution. So let us now try to see how we do it in MATLAB code. So here we will say that it is algorithm with if. Control flow statement. So what we are doing here, it is the same first part. X equals 12, y equals 3. And now we are making our first structure, if. Again, please pay attention that we can have the help on it. If x less than 5, you can see here now that if is underlined with this red wave. It means that MATLAB is telling that you opened the if block, but you did not close it. So here I write from the very beginning, we'll write end. So now you see we have the beginning, we have the end, and here we need to write what will happen in this case. If x is equal to the less than 5, it means that we are going at the left branch. We need to write that b is equal to x. And if no, we need to put it into a. In this case, I need something more because I need to tell no. For this, we are using the word else, and a is equal to x. And now I'm repeating the same things with y. So I suggest you to do it yourselves while I'm doing it, to be sure that you understood how to do 5. So if and is the total block, then b is equal to y, else a is equal to y. This is our code. And now we can clean all our drawings and execute what was happening, what we wrote. So we have executed it, and we have got a equal 12, b equal 3. So our 12 and 3 have put to the correct destination. In our next video, we will have a look at another control flow statement, which is cycle 4.